diesel.
Whoa. Where are we?
San Diego. This time I'm 40% sure.
I think it's Africa.
How? We offer only happiness and good greetings. Sorry. Hello, everybody. Your new king is here. Maurice, I think they like me.
Let's dance.
You got it.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man.
Look out. I think Moto likes you.
I like them big. I like them chunky. I like goodness, girl. You huge.
Who's your friend? Or is that your butt?
From DreamWorks.
Is this place great or what?
7 days. Evasive maneuvers. I'd go with or what?
To survive in Africa, they'll have to get in touch with their wild side.
Looks impressive, Kowalski, but will it fly?
Yes, if we fold it here, here, and here.
Nice.
Where are you giants from?
We're from New York, and we... All hail the New York Giants!
In the 2005 movie blockbuster Madagascar, 4 friends from the Central Park Zoo escape the bright lights of New York for the wilds of an island paradise.
Welcome, giant pansies.
Now, in the exciting follow-up, the 4 Zoosters go on a new adventure and encounter new wild animals in DreamWorks' Madagascar, Escape to Africa.
The service user has roamed outside of the coverage area.
Whoa.
The first movie was, really learning about the guys from the zoo and their life in the zoo and their friendships.
Gloria! Up and at 'em! We're open!
You know, they're in a zoo, but then they long to be where they're from, and then to land in Madagascar and to kind of be in this plush jungle life.
I love how all the girls love to move their body.
We felt the story was good in the first movie. The idea of civility versus savagery, and kind of turned that into a friendship story about these zoo animals, that their friendship was tested when they got to the wild.
Oh! But what would be the next logical thing to take these characters to a new place based upon what they've already learned and discovered in Madagascar? So from there, we figure, well, let's take them back to the place where at least their species come from, so they can deal with what that may mean to them and how that may relate to whether they do or do not ultimately believe that they belong in New York City.
Launch!
They're heading back home to New York, and on their way back, they have a little bit of a crash. A fun plane crash.
It's more fun when you raise your arms like these.
The penguins are able to save the day, and of course they're not back in New York, they're in Africa. And that's where Alex meets his family. And Marty gets to run with a pack of zebras that are all like him. And so everybody's sort of discovering their roots and getting back to their family.
At first, he's kind of happy that he could just fit in. But then after a while, he's kind of sad because he's not as special as he used to be. It's kind of like when I'm around Chris Tucker and Dave Chappelle. At first, I'm really happy. Then I'm going, hey, no one's paying attention to me.
Melman, being the sickly character he is trying to get back to Manhattan because he needs all types of stuff. He needs to see his doctor, and he hates it there.
Actually, some really pretty dramatic things happen to Melman in this one. He's in some pretty dangerous situations, life-threatening situations, and then the locals tell him that he's acquired this disease, so he's completely sure he's going to die. You really don't have doctors here?
David Schwimmer is so funny as Melman. He's just amazing in that character. It just always makes me laugh. And Jada as Gloria has great stuff with her new suitor in this film. And that whole subplot between her and Melman is, to me, really one of the strongest elements in the movie.
You know what Moto means?
Twins?
It means hot, hot.
You know, it's all about the friends really having to just come together and just sit down and work it out.
Alex has father issues, and I have my zebra issues. I can't believe there's not a therapist in this movie.
He likes to move it, move it.
He likes to move it, move it.
She likes to move it, move it.
We like to move it.
This fall.
Launch!
The sequel to the biggest animated comedy of 2005 returns, featuring the voices of Ben Stiller, Chris Rock, David Schwimmer, and Jada Pinkett Smith.
I was thinking of going to the wild. You know, Connecticut.
People, want to see what else happens to these characters. They really love the characters.
The first movie was really learning about the guys from the zoo and their life in the zoo and their friendships. And then the second one, they're in Africa. And to know about Alex's past and his parents and where he comes from, and it sort of gets him back in touch with his inner lion.
What? You don't have doctors here? Well, not anymore.
What if you catch a cold? I think Melman is equally neurotic, but with reason. I mean, he's in some pretty dangerous situations. He conquers a couple of his own fears, so it's a big kind of event-filled movie.
Look out! I think Moto likes you.
I don't want to give too much away, but I will say that people will be very surprised at some of the twists and turns in the relationships in this particular Madagascar. So I think they'll be in for quite a little surprise.
This new Madagascar adventure also features the amazing talents of Alec Baldwin, the late Bernie Mac, Will.i.am, TV's Sherry Shepherd.
Give Mama a kiss. Give me...
I like to move it, move it.
He likes to move it, move it.
She likes to move it, move it. We like to move it.
What people loved about the first one were the characters, and they connected with them and the friendships. Everybody really seemed to have their own favorites. So it was great to have everybody back.
If you ever come to look us up in Manhattan, feel free to call first.
Move it.
Seriously, though, call.
We had this great ensemble cast that we just totally loved, and they really made these characters really rich. And that's a big part of the reason we wanted to do the sequel.
If it's tradition, I want to do it. Strut my stuff. Earn my mane.
The characters are so specific, and they just come to life. So you hear your own voice, but really you get caught up in the story, and it's fun to sort of let go of that. And I think that's when you feel like the movie's working, is when you're not thinking about what you're doing.
I like to move it, move it, move it.
Buckle up.
Launch.
For the comedy adventure of the year.
This might get hairy. Who says a penguin can't fly?
Move it.
DreamWorks Madagascar Escape to Africa.
Move it, move it.
Coconut, milk, cocoa, vanilla.